This is going to be a bit shorter than my usual videos, but this is my favorite way to build Jolt spikes in 2026. This has slowly become one of my favorite styles over time. This is one of my favorite ways to use it, because it's really good into the current mixed offense stuff. It's really good in the spec off. And it's very consistent. I've hit 1700 with this multiple times. Even as high as 1800 at one point. And it's just really fun to use. So let's get right into it. For those that don't know what Jolt Spikes is, as you can see on the screen, it is Jolteon and a Spiker. Very often Skarmory. It's Skarmory here because it is the best. It is the best Spiker. So the premise of this is to set up spikes, out-pressure the opponent, weaken wall Pokemon like Swampert and Bliss, and just blitz the opponent with fast offensive Pokemon. Very simple. So here we have Mixed T-Tar. Now, this used to be Kratos Tar, but over time, I realized that the more traditional Mixed Tar is better. Because either taking out Salamence outright is just very useful, or just scouting them out. Because, as the saying goes, if you're going to run Ice Beam on lead T-Tar, you might as well click it every time you're in versus Ments. A good philosophy to have. Especially because 9 times out of 10, the Ments user is going to switch out. They're not going to stay. And using a move with 10% freeze chance might net you that really juicy freeze, which is very useful. But instead I have a Black Belt, which gives me better odds to 2-hit KO most Bliss. I have thought of using a bit of attack investment. I don't know how much you need to OHKO bulky. You probably need a lot, honestly. But Black Belt has been really useful, especially because, like, versus DD Tyranitar, like, if DD Tar tries to set up on you, you know, it takes you out, and then you revenge kill it with, like, a fast Pokemon. Usually Jolt. And most DD Tar teams nowadays, they tend to be on the frailer side, so setting up your spikes and just blitzing the opponent is a very viable strategy. And Mixed T-Tar is very good at weakening stuff like Skarm and Swampert. So originally this was DD, but then I thought, why not just make it mixed? And Mixed T-Tar has been very good for me on this type of team. And combined with Skarm, which it has really excellent synergy with because it weakens like opposing Spikers. It felt stuff like Zapdos early. Zapdos has a hard time with early T-Tar. And early T-Tar either beats it or forces it out. And Skarm, you know, it just checks everything. There are so many, like, annoying Pokemon on ladder, like Hera and, you know, Gyarados and DD Ments and Skarm and, like, Snorlax, and Skarm just dicks on all of those with practical ease. I have never, ever once thought to myself, man, this Skarm Pokemon sucks. No, Skarm is OP. Out of all of the Spikers that I have used, I have found that Skarm always stays steadfast versus even, like, the greatest threats, like the DD Tars and the Calm Mind Jirachis. You could even do stuff like staying on electric Pokemon like Raikou, which, you know, I wouldn't recommend to do that all the time, but it could certainly do it if we need to. And here we got Bulky Gengar. And the reason why it's 308 is so it can survive Pursuit Tyranitars, Pursuit, because these type of teams, you want to deny the spin as long as possible. A lot of Jolteons and Aerodactyls pressure comes directly from the switches that they force. And keeping those spikes on the field is very important. Excuse me. So having a bulky Gengar that can take a lot of hits from Starmie, not a lot of hits, but like just a good hit, like take a few like surfs from Deathme, take more hits from Claydol, eat a Pursuit from T-Tar if it needs to. All these things are just really, really good. You definitely don't want like a frailer Gengar on Jolt Spikes, I feel. You can do it, and it has been done in the past, but I have found that 308 Gar fits this game plan very, very well. The better it is against the spinners, and the longer it's able to stay around and check stuff, the better. That is Gengar's purpose, is to check stuff, and it does it best when it has a lot of bulk. And we got Pert. Some people are going to look at this set and be like, Jesus Christ, Tyros, this again? Yes, we're doing this again, okay? I love the Swampert set. And you have so many fast Pokemon on this team that really the defense isn't that big of an issue. You might come up short versus stuff like Zapdos and Gengar. Those are things that kind of beat you anyway. And you also have very good checks too. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. And yeah, meta is a problem. Especially CP meta, very clearly. But I do think that this set is the superior set compared to other ones that you could use. It has the offensive firepower you need. You definitely like Swampert's speed when it comes to outrunning T-Tar and Claydol and Metagross, and even like Boldcoon. That's useful. It's just very nice to have. Even like outrunning stuff like Machamp is very useful. And Hariyama. A team that doesn't really have fighting resists. And we have Jolt that does Jolt things very well. And we got Sub Lychee Arrow, who I honestly think is the secret star of the show. You don't see Sub Lychee Arrow that often, but I do think that the Sub Lychee works very well on this team because you got the mixed tar weakening stuff like Pert and Metagross. You got the sand and the spikes. You got like the fast off Pert, which lures stuff like Suicune early. Stuff like Gyarados is felted. Mence is felted. And just the fact that you force so many switches with Arrow already, when you pop that surprise substitute, things go to hell for the opponent. It is really, really nice. And I'm going to play a very quick ladder game. Let's see. I'm on my alt account, Melito style, which has been the alt where I just fuck around and play Clash Royale. If we look at my stats, my GXC is in the toilet, but it's where I've been testing a lot of my current stuff. Hopefully we get a game here, because I do want to showcase how this is played. Like I said, I want this to be like a shorter-esque video. I have a longer type of video that I've been working on as of recent, but I want to make sure that it is as good as possible. So I'm releasing this in the meantime. We might have some trouble finding a game. Let me see if I can hop on one of my other alts here. Let's do Dirty Harry. Let's see. What's my... I know I hit 17 on this, like, recently. Oh, okay, yeah, that's good. That's really good. I will find a game super quick with this. It's like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so I figured that I would find like games faster. Ooh, nice. Uh, Lax. It is CB Lax. We're gonna boop. And this should take out Lax 41% with the black belt. Boom. I do wonder if this Metagross is faster or not. It might be, but this might also be, oh. Okay. Well, I didn't expect that to happen, but he might bring out, like, a water or something, which is exactly what he did. Kuhn just got destroyed. And Jirachi, which is not a check to this at all. It just got crit. And felted. Nice. Here's Brother Arrow. We're going to risk it. Arrow gets that. That is definitely choice banned. I don't think regular Arrow can, or not like Lychee Arrow. Holy shit. When there is an arrow, there is a way, they say. Oh my god. Are we about to see, like, the felt of all arrow felts? Chat? Holy shit. The felt of all arrow felts. Miss again. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, I just got Aerodactyled. That was... Oh, my god, that was brutal. Hydro Miss. Flinch, 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 Hydro Miss. Fucking hell. Yeah, those were brutal hacks. Obviously, if I had, like, a bulkier pert, I could have avoided that, but that's still fucking brutal, man. Brutal fucking hacks. I think in most cases I won that, though. Like, if Jolt didn't hack through the Rachi, and then I got my own arrow in, I could start doing, like, arrow stuff with that and mix them up. Plus, I got the para on the Rachi, so I could start doing sub-antics there. Unfortunately, I got just fucking felted by the opposing arrow. We'll do one more here. Okay, so Pert comes in. We are going to hit it up with that. Pert is basically dead now. It's not going to be able to come in ever again. Lax. Does this Lax not have leftovers? The Lax does not have leftovers, chat. I do not know why this is the case. The Skarm taunted me. That's kind of funny. I'm going to phase this. Nice. And... yeah, Pert's felted. I'm going to go into my Skarm, because it does not care about that. That is fine. Oh, that's Yellow Skarm. I actually want to make a video on Yellow Skarm at some point. I think that Yellow Skarm has a lot of potential to be good, question mark. I think a lot of the offensive, like, oriented spikers have potential. Most especially, you know. Oh, did he not like that? Oh, well, that's a shame. Yeah, so this was a good showcase, I think, right here. This is like a more mixed offense type of build. You got, like, the Lax, the CB meta, like the Calm Mind Pokemon, and then, like, the fast rocks that would clean up at the end. This would do very well against. I did get hacked, but that's okay. It happens. I think in most other circumstances, we would kill the arrow, we would felt the tar, you know. Tar is usually felted, like, in this type of situation. Also, Jolt could have won the speed tie as well. There is also that. But, you know. And here, this guy felted. Very nice. We'll play one more, just to further showcase it. But yeah, I found that this style is very, very consistent on the ladder, especially in the mid ladder. I think it should do well at high ladder as well, even against like the more stally stuff. Jolt spikes, especially when Jolt spikes is built well, I think it can do very well versus the stall shit. All right, lead Breloom. I don't have alum, so I can't shrug off the spore. Also, I think Breloom, the majority of the time, is not going to yeah. Most of the time, it's just going to attack. We're going to stay and see if we can... Nope. Alright, fine. I wanted to see if I can get, like, a spike on him. I was going to try and spike. And then, so Sutar is going to come in here. We will get pursued, but we will survive this. It means that we can check Breloom later on if we need to. I doubt the Sutar stays in here, because Sutar might want to come in and try and trap Gengar again. He could stay, but yeah, I think Breloom is going to come in. Breloom is felted. So very likely we're going to get either Meta or Swampert in. Usually these type of teams, like Metagross, they do sometimes use Swampert, but Metagross tends to be the more used. Okay, so we got Gyarados, very likely to be plus speed. Unfortunately, we switched into a T-Wave, which I don't think there was any good avoiding that. Okay, so T-Tar comes in. At this point, we're not, like, super afraid of, like, getting pursued. Like, it's whatever. We'll also just kill T-Tar. Yeah, so he will probably pursue us here. And we get our Jolteon. And so we'll... The Gyara is very annoying because our Skarm is weakened, and Gar is weakened, and our Arrow is dead. But... that's fine. It's not fine, but it's whatever. Oh, nice. We're gonna weaken the Lax here. Meta comes in. I am going to get up a spike. This is revealed to be Asta Metagross. So... and it has Meteor Mash. So these type of meta... it's a shame that I never got the spike, because I got Full Parad. Oh, that Gyara is going to be really fucking annoying. I think what I'll do, though, is, because he doesn't have a DD Tar, he probably has a Mence, but Mence is okay. I'm deliberating whether if I should go Pert or not. And just, let's see. Okay. He might want to go into Gyara now. He might. Although weakening the Lax this way isn't too terrible either. This is kind of why I half considered Scizor. Well, I didn't consider Scizor, but that's interesting. So yeah, we're going to go into this. I do wonder if he's Lum. He is not Lum. So, very likely it isn't Endure either. I just got wrecked by that. I think I'm gonna get owned by Gyara in the endgame. Gyara's like the one thing I didn't want to see. And he's very likely to be Jolly. I sincerely doubt that he's adamant. Very likely to be like HP Rock. Yeah, let's see. And if I had like a more defensive pert, I would be a bit more solid into Gira, but Gira probably sweeps here. I think Gira kind of always swept here, because my Breloom answer is this, because my fighting my fighting resist doesn't really exist. I think the only way I theoretically could have won this is if I kept Skarm around, maybe. But then there's the matter of like this thing, which like is a big question mark. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I could win this. What is this, taunt arrow? No, it's just sub. So it is sub leftovers. It's not. If it is taunt, it's not using it. So this is the pressure arrow. I'm pretty sure it's pressure. Let's actually... No, it's not pressure. It is Rockhead. So that's pretty strange. I did not mean to click Drill Peck, but... yeah. We're going to... In case this is like a Ghost Foray, I'm just going to stay in and click Will-O-Wisp. I could double into T-Tar. That might honestly be like the better deal here, is to double into you and threaten Fire Blast. He did stay just to get more hazards. It would have been nice to Willow the Foray, but we just killed the motherfucker instead, so that's even better. He could have another spinner. Could have like a Claydol somewhere. So we got to be aware of that. I don't think it'll be Starmie. Okay, Pressure Arrow comes out again. We don't have the third spike, so we're going to go get the third spike on him. He just missed another Rock Slide. We haven't gotten crit or flinched by the arrow yet, which is good. And he doesn't have pressure, which is interesting. Or maybe he does and I just can't count. Nope, he doesn't have pressure. Which is bizarre, but... I don't know what Rachi this is. I do have the damage calc open. Let's, very quickly, let's do Jirachi versus Skarm. I don't know this calc on the top of my head, but, okay, T-Bolt, that's, I'm gonna go in my pert here. I'm going to Ice Beam him. It's very likely that, he switches out. I don't think Arrow stays. He could stay. I don't think he would just attack into me, though. That would be bizarre. He went into his own pert. Okay. I feel like this is where I give up my, it's my Tar at. I don't know if Tar lives like Arrow. It probably doesn't, but... Oh. Well, I am not doing that. No, no, sir. Who's got Phase? I got Frozen, which is not good. He might try to go into his arrow here. Oh no. Bliss. Ooh. My own arrow is going to do very, very well here. In fact, I'm going to go into arrow and substitute. Because I don't think he stays. Okay, he did. Which is kind of dumb. I don't know why he did that. Does he really just not feel confident in going into the pert? I mean, alright. I will gladly kill Bliss. That is... Hell yeah. I will 100% do that. Boop. What, is he going to switch out now? I don't know what the point is of switching out now. Is Bliss is going to be at, he's at 52, so he's going to be at, like, 30-something if he switches, and he died. So he's not even bold, he's modest. Hopes to win the tie of his own arrow. That's a little... yeah, I was going to say that's a little, hopeful. Alright, well, I think we lost 2 games, one to hacks, one to this interesting team here. I've always wanted to make a team with Sizzler. I just never got around to doing it. And whatever the hell this is supposed to be. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, like it. I want to make more shorter form videos like this, showcasing teams that I like, so on and so forth. So, I hope you guys like this one. There will be more long form videos in the future. Bye.